Hey guys, welcome back. This is Chrissy Love, and we are going to do a quick bead. I already did my face prep. I'm going to go ahead and get started with the MAC Skin Tint. I'm going on a quick brunch with some friends, and I really don't like wearing a lot of heavy makeup. I'm here in Texas, and it gets really hot, so you got to kind of improvise there. So just blending in my skin prep. I just wanted to be sure that was down. And then we're going to use a little of this skin tint. Just a little, because I don't want a lot. Just a little bit, okay? That's it. Simple. And if you have some slight blemishes like I do, but I don't mind them showing, you can always use your corrector. Sorry guys, had a brain fart. So for me, I usually go over my eyes too. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing eyeshadow because I don't usually wear eyeshadow, so unless I'm going out. So sorry about that, guys. Let's go ahead and I could use a little corrector there, but I'm not putting it there. I want my natural essence to shine through. And sorry about these flexi rods, y'all. I just curled my hair. And I wanted to at least curl it. And you want to dab. You can swipe back and forth over your eyes because it doesn't matter. But you want to press this in, the skin tint, so it won't affect your skincare. Whatever it is you may have used. Yeah, you want to be sure that you're pressing that in. And then you want to go gently over the eyes. Normally, you can drag it over that. Normally, because this brush just feels a little prickly, didn't pay attention to that until today, but I won't be using that again. So I normally don't put makeup over my eyes, but because it's a skin tint, as you can see, it's not a lot of coverage. You see, you still can see my freckles. You still can see the little skin discoloration. And I don't mind that because that's what I want for today, okay? So hang tight. Let's make sure we got this in. Now that we've done with that, we're gonna go ahead and grab a sponge. I'm sorry I didn't grab one out of my makeup drawer. I'm gonna go ahead, just a little sponge. It's nothing perfect. It needs to be washed, pardon me, but this was last minute. My girlfriend just called me. She was like, hey, let's go hang out. So we're gonna go hang out. Grab something to eat, have a little fun, listen to some music. And yeah, that's it. So when you damp your sponge, you want it to be damp. You don't want it to be soaking wet, you know, because you don't want it to but you don't want it to drag your makeup because you have your skin prep on under that. You don't want it to start removing your makeup if it's too wet. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm tongue twisted. My apologies. So we're gonna go ahead and turn that off. And now I'm just gonna blend in what you guys just see me put on. And I know you like, dang, it's a skin tint, and that sponge may remove some of the makeup. And yeah, it's not going to remove too much of the tint. What it's doing, it's removing the tint that's sitting on top of the skin. Because, you know, when you do your skin prep, a lot of the times the makeup or whatever it is that you use, it doesn't absorb right away. It'll sit on top, okay? So, yeah, you want to make sure that that's in pretty good. So that's it. That's all I wanted to do. Okay, and then my concealer is going to be Sarah Creole. And this is going to be, look y'all, I can't see that. Hopefully you guys can see it. All right, that's the color. And I think it's a neutral number 4. All right, and we're just going to use a little of this. Now, Sarah Creole specializes in skin care. Okay, and what she does is she makes her makeup to accommodate the women in their 40s, well 30s I guess, 40s, 50s, and it's just to preserve, and it is exactly my skin color. So we will also be using something else to brighten that up. We're gonna let that sit for a minute, and while that's sitting, I wanted to use this Hourglass, but you know it's too heavy, it's full coverage. So I'm gonna go ahead and, let's see here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and use the Oss Labs concealer, and that is the color I'm gonna use. You guys can see it. Okay, yeah, so perfect. And I'm just gonna use that to brighten this up a little bit because this is a little dark, and this is not really that far off of my skin complexion as well. Because it's a day thing, you don't wanna go too heavy now. If you're going out at night, then you might wanna go full coverage, and then I would have used my hourglass. All right, and I'm gonna put a little here and a little here, okay? And then I'll do my little, just a little on the forehead, because guys, remember, we are wearing a skin tint, and it is not really that heavy of a coverage, but we want to put this where the sun shines, okay? All right, so that's that, and then we'll let that sit for a little bit. Now, in regards to the highlight areas, I don't have to let that sit. I'll go ahead and blend that in, because that's not really, I'm not looking for brightening there. I want a hue, but I don't want it to be as bright as my under eye. Just so that my skin won't look all like one complete face. You know, like one complete platform, because we know the face has different levels of complexion, and just the makeup, the skin tint even, so it is very light, but it makes me look even all over, and obviously no one is totally even all over through and through. All right, and that's why I'm doing this. That's the only reason I'm putting this on, and that would be just to give my face a little more contour, so it won't look like it's all just one big thing. And that is kind of weird, so I hope I just didn't. All right, so I got a little of my brows. I usually don't go near those. All right, and then you just want to make sure there are no lines of demarcation. You want everything to look cohesive. So yeah, and then I'll go ahead and hit my nose. Again, that doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. Okay. So that's blended all in. As you can see, everything looks cohesive. There's no lines of demarcation. And yeah, so that's that for that. Let's go ahead and start with the eyes. I'm going to start on the outside. I normally don't use a sponge to blend in my concealer because I want concealer there in that area, particularly for coverage. When you use a sponge, the sponge removes the coverage. It doesn't remove it, but the coverage will be lighter than what it would normally be with a brush. But we're going on a date with some girlfriends. We don't want it to be too heavy, so the sponge is okay for now. So now that I have that in, I'll go to the other eye, because what you don't want to do, you don't want to mix your lightest concealer with your darkest. You want to do the dark first, and then you come back to the light. And again, you want to make sure that everything is cohesive. Make sure you don't have any lines of demarcation. So take your time and blend that out, and be gentle on your eyes, guys, because the eye is the thinnest area of skin on your face. So you don't want to, and I'm sorry if I'm looking that way, my mirror is that way, but I hope you guys can see me okay here. You don't want to pound your eyes too much, where when you're done applying your makeup, your eyes are a little puffy and swollen because of too much tension on that area. So now I'm going to go in here where I combine the All Slabs, a lot of lighter color of that, with my Sarah Creole, which is my skin complexion. I'm going to go ahead and blend that. Now, I did say you don't mix the light and the dark if you're doing two colors of concealer, meaning the outline of your eye where you have the darker concealer, go ahead and blend that out. But if you mix the two here, you can mix it in, because you'll still get your brightness. But you want to start in the center, and you want to be gentle. And you see how that white, that little, yeah, sorry, y'all, I'm in a rush. I should have been gone, but I said, let me go on and film this video, because I've been sitting since 2018 wanting to do this. And this is my first video I've done all year. And I'm not a makeup artist. I do makeup when I am requested to, but I'm not a makeup artist. I do hair. Okay, so just bear with me. I do wig installs, you know, things like that at my home when I'm not working. And if a client asks me to do their makeup because they know I can do the makeup, I'll do it for them. Now, as you can see, if you take a look, sorry, Got a call coming in. It looks, everything is cohesive. Everything is blended out smoothly. There's no lines of demarcation. And that's what you want to look for. Now, I know I look a little hydrated, but this is how I like to look, y'all. I don't like to look dry. I don't like matte. Matte is not for me. I've never been a matte girl. I've always been dewy. I'm a dewy girl, okay? And make sure you don't have any lines of demarcation on the sides of your face, okay? You want to make sure everything is matching. You can even go down your neck if you want to. You can cover that little turkey neck. I got one. All right, so that's fine, okay? Very light, yeah? Okay, I know. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and contour. Now I have, you can use any contour you want, but I have the Westman Atelier and I have it in truffle, okay? This is really nice. And yeah, so we're going to use this, it's in truffle, if you can see that, okay? Perfect. All right, we're going to go ahead and contour with that. And this is what truffle looks like. It's almost the same color as my skin. I know y'all like, oh my gosh, she's getting everything skin color. Well, this is a natural look. So when I go a little heavier, everything gets a little more bronzy, a little more deep, you know, and colorful. But we're going out for a day date, so we don't want to go too heavy. So me, I usually, some people put it right above their ear, but I usually go a little higher. Why I do it that way? Because it gives me rooms for air, okay? So we're gonna go a little high on that. And normally I don't put the makeup directly on my skin due to the fact I don't want my skin prep to lift, and then I'm wearing 2 suntan lotions. So I'm gonna go over my nose, guys. And you don't have to do this, I'm just extra. I'm going over my nose because I like to contour my nose. You might have a cute little nose already and you don't need to contour, but I like to do this. This is kind of like a finishing touches, and then I go into my eye. Now what this will do, because again, I said this is for the day, this will allow you to have like eyeshadow. You can use your contour to eyeshadow. And let's see if we can change the lighting, because this one looks, is that better, guys? No, that's too yellow. Is that too bright? I'm sorry, y'all. Let's go with this one. Or should we just turn it off? Can you? No, that's terrible. Okay, let's stick with this one. But again, I've contoured my nose, if you can see, and my cheekbones. And I went above the contour line. That's only because I want to have room for error, because sometimes when your face is dewy and your product has not completely dried down, which I know it hasn't because I'm rushing, it'll drag the contour down, and you don't want your contour to come down because it'll make your face look long. And then we're going to put some contour on our forehead. Well, I got a 5 head, y'all. All right. And then we're going to just find a contour brush. Now me, this is another e.l.f. It's a contour brush. You can get that at Target. I'm just going to do my nose first. You guys can see. See, it's a very light contour. And that's all you want during the day. You don't have to go heavy during the day. Now, mind you, this look is so light that if you did decide to go out, anything you put on top of it, it won't look too cakey and like you're wearing too much makeup, you know, because you went so light. Now you see, that's just a slight contour. All right, and then we're gonna take this contour and we're gonna go up with that, okay? And then we can bring it right down just a little bit if we need to. And then you wanna go on your forehead, yep. Oh, sorry, y'all. Got bad angles here. And I just kind of, it's easier with this contour brush if you're a beginner. Me, I just picked up the first brush I could find, okay? So we're blending the contour up, and you don't want to go down. If you're down too low and you go down, it's going to make your face look long. But I'm going up on my contour, okay? Now, I know this makeup tutorial looks like, oh my gosh, she still looks the same. It looks very natural. Yes, it does look natural, but that's what I wanted, okay? I wanted to go natural. I'm still fooling with these lights because I'm not sure. Let's see, can I bring it down? Okay, let's bring it down some, y'all. Let's see. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, so contour is blended, all right? Now, mind you, I'm going to get a little more color going on because I know my face looks a little flat. I know it does. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and let's go ahead and take care of these eyes before they start creasing, okay? And I'm going to use, I'm going to use Kosas. Sorry, y'all. And I have that in buttery here. Okay, and I use a pressed powder initially to start the process of putting powder under my eye so it won't look cakey. What pressed powder does, it seals in what you already have, and then you can go in with your loose powder. So always make sure that you pat under your eyes so you don't want to set any creases, okay? You don't want to set any lines. And then I'll use just one of these sponges. It's not anything special. Everybody, they're everywhere. You can buy them on Amazon. And then just pat off that because you want that to be smooth. You don't want to put it on there and it has a lot of bumps and lumps on it. Because sometimes when you dip in your powder, if the powder is really lightly packed, it'll come off on your sponge and it'll be like little particles. And you don't want that, okay? And that's it. We'll go ahead and seal these eyes. Okay. All right, see? And that's it. And I'm going to go over it again. Now that I've already put one layer, I can do a second layer. Okay. Cool. You see how smooth that looks? Mm-hmm. This Kosas powder is amazing. It is amazing. It's a really good pressed powder. Okay. And then for me, you guys can see, for me, I just take the sponge and I bend it in half and I go like this over my nose. You know where you put that concealer, okay? Just so you can set that like kind of sort of baking your nose, but you're not really baking. And then go in the powder again. And then remember we did up here, right? Remember? So we want to make sure we set that. And I usually go over my brows so they won't look greasy, but I do it after I've already put the powder on my forehead because I don't want to go heavy on my brow, just enough to knock some of the oils out. And I do apologize, y'all, for the angle, but yeah. And then remember we did around our mouth. You're going to go around that, go around your nose, get your nose right in there, okay? All right, chin is done, okay. So now that we got all of that done, it looks pretty good to me. We're going to move on to the next step. And the next step is going to be the Kosas, the loose powder. Okay? And same color, Cloud Set Transparent Butter. All right, and you would think, wow, that powder is yellow, it's going to make her makeup look yellow. It doesn't. This is really a well-made powder. All right, and that's what it looks like. I'm just gonna take a little, I don't need a lot because I already have that on. So I'm not gonna try to pile it up because again, I want it to stay light. All right, so we got that in there. Dab, dab, dab. Go ahead and get that on there. Dab, dab, dab. Go ahead and get that on there. Again, taking it off my arm. Go over your nose. Any place you put contour, any place you contour, if you use cream, you have to go over it with liquid. And then I go over my brows again. Taking the powder off my arm so I don't waste the product around my mouth. Okay, and I don't bake, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna go ahead and try to blend this powder in because I don't wanna bake. I just want it to set. All right. Okay. Go over your brows again. Nose. You can even go over your eye, like right over the lid, right in between the lid. Sometimes it gets a little oily there. Okay, so we're good. So this is what we want. This is what I was looking for, okay? I know it still looks like I'm not wearing anything. Give me a second. All right, because we do have a few more steps to do. Let me put the top on this. And then let's go ahead and put a little bronzer on. This is Revolution, and it's bronze coated. This is what I'm gonna put on now. Okay, and I'm gonna use that to bring back some color, and I need to find a brush. Hang on, y'all. No, that's not the one. Okay. And then this brush doesn't have a name, guys. It's just a brush. Okay? It's just a brush. It's very loose. And I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna go over my contour, the Westman. Remember we put that Westman Atelier right there? We're gonna go over all the areas that we contoured. Okay? And a lot of you know what? If you don't want to do your forehead, you don't have to. I do it. Okay? And then just going over what I already applied in the cream form. All right. And as you can see, it's bringing color back into my face. I'm looking alive again. So yeah, okay. And then I'm gonna pinch the brush and I'm gonna do a little on my nose contour because remember we used cream there too. All right, okay. All right. Bronzy, bronzy, bronzy. All right, and then I'm gonna go a little bit over my eye. Remember, we put it up there. You can actually take this up into your brow. I don't like to take it up too high during the day, but at night, baby, I put it in and on, baby. If I'm going out, I'm gonna do it, all right? So now I'm starting to look normal again. Before I looked a little dead because the makeup is so light, you know, and I get it, guys. You know, you're saying, what's the point of wearing makeup that it's gonna be so light? Well, during the day, you don't have to go as harsh, okay? And then that's that. Just making sure everything is cohesive. The concealer with the contour, all right? Now, I normally would go over my jawline. I'm gonna do it lightly, just because I got that double chin. I'm in the gym, y'all. I'm back working out, so we're gonna go lightly so we can contour that. Give us a cheekbone again, you know? Okay, just a little bit. You don't need much, because remember, this is the day. You don't want to look all made up. So that's that, okay? All right, so the next thing we're gonna do, so I like it, I'm liking it. I like everything, it looks pretty good. Very natural. Okay, so I did decide that I was gonna use a little liner only because everything is so natural. And I can't find my one size eyeliner, so I did find the NYX liner, okay? And if I'm not mistaken, it's in black. Yeah. All right, we're gonna put this on our eye. Guys, forgive me, but I can't see that far away from my eye, so we'll just do it here. I'm just gonna put a little here, just to cover the band on the lashes that I put on. Okay. And give myself a little wing. It don't gotta be too much because remember, this is a day party and then you want a tight line. Tight lining means you go under your lashes to cover that area, that little space that might be left, that might look a little white. See how that is? Now, if you make a slight mistake like I just did, hang on guys, sorry. You can take your concealer brush and just go there because I don't want any eyeliner there. And I thought I made a mistake up there, but I didn't. So, yeah, and if you want to clean this up, if this looks a little crooked or, you know, you might go out of line. We all do. Clean that up. And then I'm going to do the other eye in the camera so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. Okay? Just going over that lash band. And go up. And then there you go. That's your wing. Simple. And then you want to go inside of here. And you want a tight line. Again, tight lining is to cover whatever may be showing, like with that band, okay? So For me, I want to go over this again just a little bit. Okay? And the eyes are done. Okay? All right. So far, I'm liking the way everything is looking. I'm going to go ahead and get some spray. So we're going to use this LYS. Okay. Wait, am I done? Okay, I did my, no. So I want to let this, first of all, let your eyeliner dry, because you don't want it to, if you don't want any on the bottom line, your bottom, your waterline, you have to let that dry. And then while we're doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and, I guess I could, I didn't pull that out, y'all, I'm sorry. I'm gonna get my Sephora. You know what? Not today. Let's use Westman and Tillier, okay? We're going to use the Westman and Tillier powder. Let me wipe it off so you guys can see exactly what it is. Sorry. Okay, we're going to use this, if you can see it. And this, I don't know what color it is. Let's be sure. Because it's reflecting really bad. But I'll put it in the description box. And then we'll open it up. I'm almost up pan. This shows you how much I like it. And then it's just this color, okay? All right, so we're gonna get a brush, a fluffy brush preferably. I don't know the name of this brush. It's just a brush, guys, I'm sorry. And then we're just gonna go over the whole face, okay? Try not to go over your eyes where you got your concealer, because you want that area to stay bright. You can go over here, your forehead, just, well, you know, most people don't go over their whole face after they've already put on the contour, meaning the bronzer and the contour. But for me, I do. I just go over it because this powder is really lightly fine. It has, the color is very, very minimal, okay? All right. All right, y'all, we get down to the bottom. I wanted to make this video 30 minutes, and we are at 27. Okay, and if you feel like your nose contour is too much, you can go over it with the powder. So now I'm going to go back over my nose contour because I don't mind a stronger nose contour, and I really like the way the bronzer makes it look. Okay, that's that. I'll dap it in there again and just put a little bit more to go over that. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and use this blush. It's Gucci. Okay. And let's see here. Let me wipe it off so you guys can see the color. I'm sorry. And then this is the color. Okay. Look, y'all, I'm in a rush. I'll try to get all this stuff loaded down. And this is a Morphe. I forgot which one it is, but I know it's a young lady who used to do makeup tutorials. I haven't seen her with anything too updated, but Sandra Deluxe. She said this is a must. You must have this brush. So this is really rich. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna lightly dab, and then we're gonna tap our hand, because I don't want too much of a color, okay? Too much red. Lightly dab, because this is very pigmented. This is very pigmented, but I want some color on my cheeks, and there you have it. That's it. Okay, now we are going to put all the brushes back. I'm gonna go ahead and I just want to let this sit for a few minutes. And I forgot to put my contacts in, y'all, because I really didn't want to wear glasses out. So while we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and pop my contacts in, and I'll let you guys see why I do that, how I do that. We can do it together. Okay, just give me 2 seconds. And okay, I got a couple seconds. I gotta hurry up because I didn't want this video to go over 30 minutes. So I want to put my contacts in before I set my my makeup, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and do that right here with you guys. Normally you should put your contacts in before you start your makeup, because sometimes the water from the contact will run down and ruin your makeup. And you just spent 30 minutes getting that makeup done. See, it's running. So So you just take a little rag, or you can take a Q-tip. And I have them in my bag, but I'm traveling in a few days, so they're not available in the bathroom. All right, and then second contact, excuse me guys. All right, I'm just gonna I grabbed a little piece of tissue, and this is how you prevent your makeup from running when you put your contacts in after your makeup, where you should always put your contacts in before your makeup, gang. I didn't, because I was kind of rushing. And then just to make it a little brighter, I'm gonna use the, I should have this out. I have everything ready except for what I need. Just to get the eyes a little brighter, guys, I have the Charlotte Tilbury. Okay, and this is in number 2. And we all know about Charlotte, everyone has it. And I have definitely hit pan on this one, guys. I'm just gonna go under here just for a little brightness. Again, on the other side. On the sides of my nose. Right over that, because I told you that blush, that Gucci blush is really pigmented. And it will definitely take over your face if you're not careful. It's a really good brand and a really good quality blush. But I don't want it to take over the look that I just worked so hard to do. All right, okay. All right, so I don't know how that looks to you guys, but it looks okay to me. It's good for a day party. So go ahead and spray. Give me a second, guys. And that was my LYS. It looks blue because I have a blue light protection. I'm mixing that from the sun. And then we'll let that dry, and then we're gonna use the tear to seal it. Because I don't have I know they have a new, okay, I know they have a new matte spray. I don't know if it's by Maybelline in a red can. Yeah, I don't have it, so I have to use what I have. And this was a last minute video, and it's not perfect, guys. And makeup is how you feel. Whatever you feel like, however your day is going and however you feel, do it how you want to do it. You know, makeup is not, it's different for everyone, you know? Like, this is very natural, it's beautiful. All right, I don't have my fan, but we gonna start taking these rollers out, y'all. Actually, flexi rods. Okay, while we wait on the LYS to dry. Because for me, I don't like to spray another setting spray until the first one just giving the first one a chance to dry and absorb. Because I got on a lot of skincare. And hey, y'all, I was watching, well, we'll do that on the next video. I was going to show y'all something I had purchased from Vera Wang. I'm sorry, not Vera Wang. What's the lady's name? Jeez, I can't remember her name. Anyway, I installed this blonde wig thinking that it would be kind of cute. It's summer here in Texas, so let's see what it looks like when we get these flexi rods out. All right, I'm probably gonna have to hurry up. This lady is calling my phone. Okay, so there we go. All right, this one here. Dang, y'all, this video is longer than what I thought. I'll just probably have to edit it, but really ain't nothing to edit because I didn't do a whole lot. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and spray the tear, guys. I think this is good enough. Me, I usually just go over it just to ensure that everything, again, no lines of demarcation. And make sure you go over your light color first, and then you can go over your darker area, because you don't want to mix your lighter with your dark. And then we're gonna go ahead and use this tear, shake it up. Always give it a spray, guys. I'm in my bathroom and my cat keeps opening the door. Always give it a spray before you use it. Let's go ahead and get this on. All right, so we're done. Let's see. The lighting is horrible. I don't know. Does that look better? Can you guys see it? No, not really. All right, I'll figure it out. I don't know. This ring light is just something else. Okay, all right. Okay, sorry y'all, I'm doing too much now. Okay, so everything is how I want it. I just finger roll through my hair. I don't put a comb through it. I wanted the Body Beach Wave. The hair is by Ashmary Hair, and it's 34 inches, 360 lace front. And it is in number 4, and I think a 216. And I just wanted something a little longer. I usually get something shorter than this, maybe 30 inches, but I wanted to try it. Okay, so we are all good in the hood. Let's go ahead and take this band off so you guys can see how the wig looks. And that's that. And then I just gotta pull it down in the back, y'all. Okay, let's find a comb. Yeah, here we are. Make sure this is down. I did all of this morning. I'm just going over what I've already done. But you know when you take off something, stuff be all sticking everywhere. Sticking up. Okay. So here is the finished look. Here's the hair. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. This is the hair. I installed this myself. Okay. And for me, I just kind of push it up. So we are all good. So, okay, guys, we are done. I hope you liked the look. I hope it wasn't too irritating. I know I kept fooling with those lights, and I got these calls coming in because I'm trying to hang out with some friends. But I hope you like the look. Thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Bye. Oh, y'all gonna let me finish the video without the lip? Okay, so sorry, y'all. This is NYX. Okay, and we're gonna line the lips. I usually do mine round. That's it. Okay. Cause see, y'all know what? I usually don't wear lipstick. I usually do lip gloss, which is what I'm doing today. We are going to use the Patrick Ta. This is the color, if you can see it. And I'm gonna put that on first. And you could do a colored lipstick because this is such a natural look. And then on top of that, I got the Anastasia. This is in Guava. I'm gonna put that right in the middle. Hey y'all, and there you have it. Now I can close out because I completely went over. And with this wig, I decided not to do baby hairs, but yeah, so we are all done. And again, the hair is by Ashmary. And yeah, see here, if you guys can see, it's pretty long. It goes all the way down. And I'm 5'5", I'm average height. I'm not tall, I'm not short. And then I just did some, you guys seen, I used the medium size flexi rods. And I put a little cheese on it, and that's it. We're all set. So thank you guys again for watching. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. If you enjoyed this video, let me know. We'll do more. This is the quick beat when you're going out to brunch with your girlfriends. All right, everybody. Have a good day. Thank you. Bye.